Welcome to Thundersport GP. It's round 6 of 2017 and we're at Rockingham ahead of 2 races coming up for the Thundersport Superteens, a championship that at the moment is being dominated by one rider, Charlie Farrer, number 102. Featuring on this grid also here for this race, you'll see a few Thundersport 500s, but you don't need to worry about those for now. We'll focus those another time. Charlie Farrer it is that leads the championship, and he won both races yesterday as well. Of course, Charlie Farrer's out there on a Kawasaki, but there are Yamahas, KTMs and Aprilias all on this grid, and now with the 500s as well, Hondas also as we get away. 102 there, that lime green Kawasaki is Charlie Farrer. He gets off to the best start that he can. Number 7 is Cade Furvey, and he is just up behind him in second place. Yesterday, Lawrence Edgley on his Yamaha, on his Team Edge RST Yamaha, number 97, also on the front row of the grid, got himself a second. Furvey was second in the second race. Matt Bauer was up there as well. He got himself on the podium in third in race 1, number 78. Matt back with us here this weekend. Second in the championship too, Charlie Farrer, who's already got away well here in this race. And Farrer actually broke the lap record yesterday here at Rockingham, a lap record that has been held since Ed Best was racing in the Superteens, and so they've got off to a pretty decent start. In third in this race there, you just saw Jodie Fieldhouse. My, what a successful round she's had over the last couple of times when we've been racing. But Farrer, it seems, Sid, at the moment, I mean, we go to different circuits. Kawasaki's work one week, Lawrence Edgley's Yamaha works another, the Aprilias. It looks like Farrer and his Kawasaki are at home here.
Indeed it does. But Charlie's a good rider. He's a very, very good little rider. And he's stuck at it, and he keeps bringing them in, doesn't he? Keep bringing the results in. So, you know, fair play to him. Big shout out to Cade Furvey, I should say, because he's obviously doing 600s as well now. So I'm sure you can remember how hard that was doing the Superteens and a 600 at the same time. It sort of buggers your head up a bit, doesn't it?
Well, I never did that, Sid, so I wouldn't know. But
you did?
No, unfortunately, that's the old age creeping in there, Sid.
It was a Superteen in another one.
Yes.
Ah, yes.
Even bigger difference.
Yeah.
Not easy.
Well,
anyway, it's Charlie Farrer that leads this one, and already building himself quite an advantage as they come around that Dean hairpin, then tipping it right into Yentwood. Bit of a change there, it looks like. Cade Furvey has just been overtaken by Lawrence Edgley. Jodie Fieldhouse is up there with them as well, Matt Bauer. And then a bit further back, Cade Furvey, the younger brother, sorry, Luke Furvey, the younger brother of Cade. There is Edgley, number 97, number 7 is Cade. And then further back, there is Luke Furvey. And number 8, Cameron Hall, the first of the 125 Aprilias. It's interesting, I was speaking to Rory Skinner a couple of days ago, Sid, and he was saying to me that despite obviously everything changing now in terms of what bikes are here and there, he still misses the sound of the old 125 Aprilias and two-strokes in general, as so many do.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, the only thing is with the Aprilia 125 on the big circuits, it's still the only bike that you can ride as a novice as a 12-year-old. So there's still no other choice, because it's the only production bike that's like anywhere near competitive at this level at 12 years old. So there's a big gap in the market as far as these other bikes are concerned, because you can't get on them till you're 13.
One or two of these riders have entered and have been successful in terms of the British Talent Cup as well. So we'll see a couple of riders attending the qualification round, if you like, for that, which takes place.
Well, his dog have entered for that, haven't they? I understand that there's grass trackers and all sorts of people that have entered that and never even seen or even maybe heard of an ACU licence. So we'll see about that anyway.
Well, we'll see how they fare. Some good news in terms of former Superteens. Nice to see that Taron McKenzie and now Jake Dixon going to be getting a little ride in Moto 2 as well. Of course, Jake Dixon, a former Superteen runner.
Indeed.
And race winner. Taron McKenzie likewise. Taron and his dad, Neil, spent a season or two dipping in and out of the championship.
Yes, they did, yeah. Jake's a good rider, very good rider.
Yeah, of course, he's just recently won his first BSB races as well, so it's been quite a year for Jake Dixon. I'm sure his dad Darren is very, very proud indeed, but looking forward to seeing Jake over at Silverstone to see how he fares. But in this race at the moment, Farah's in a world of his own. He exits Brook Chicane onto the start-finish straight and has a handsome lead there over Cade Fervet and the rest of the pack. Across the line, this battle for second rages on. Farah coming into this round was 69. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong championship tables. Was over 70 points clear. 75 in fact over Matt Bauer coming into this weekend with a couple of wins yesterday as well. He's putting himself in a very, very strong position to clinch this title in the next couple of rounds if the form continues. Of course, we've got Anglesey after this, then Alton Park, double points on offer, but it's going to take a huge swing in momentum now, Sid.
Well, anything can happen in motorcycle racing, it usually does. So you just never know, do you? As they say, until the fat lady sings. I don't know if we ever have a fat lady to sing, but I might step in for that one.
Of course, we saw some major drama here at Rockingham. This was the final round of the 2009 Aprilia Superteen Championship, the first year we actually used the circuit, and it was the showdown between then Wayne Ryan and Lee Jackson. And what a showdown it was. There was all sorts of fun and frolics that went on after that one. Wayne Ryan ultimately going on to secure the championship.
That's when we did the circuit without the loop, wasn't it? Without the oval, bit of the oval. That was just the infield bit. The start-finish straight was at school, wasn't it?
Do you know, I can't even remember, Sid. It's 8 years ago now, so 9 full seasons, in fact. That's how long ago that is. So all I remember is a lot of drama going on down at Tarzan Corner. I believe on that particular day, actually, the late Ben Gautry won his first Aprilia Superteam race.
Yes, I believe you're right, actually.
So there's been a lot of drama in the Superteens in the past here at Rockingham, and it looks like there's a bit of drama going on here in the race for second place. It's Charlie Farah that has a huge lead, number 102, but these guys continue to tear strips out of each other. 97 there, Lawrence Edgley on his Yamaha, and then the Aprilia of Cade Fervet, number 7, just up behind him. Here is Farah, lapping in the 136s this morning, so not quite as quick as they were yesterday. Farah, I suppose, doesn't need to be as quick as he was yesterday. A 34.9, the fastest lap of this race so far, actually, from Cade Fervet. Bad going at all. You see Edgley and Fervet still going at it, and Edgley affording a cheeky look over his shoulder as they then make their way into Brook Chicane. So that battle for second now looks like it's just between the two of them. Matt Bauer and Jody Fieldhouse are struggling to hold on to the pace there in that fight for second. Farah goes across the line. Farah's actually lapping at this moment a lot slower than Fervet and Edgley, but he doesn't need to really do anything too silly.
I was going to say that. So, yeah, he probably doesn't. I don't know if he's got a pit board. It's awkward to see a pit board here, isn't it? And, you know, so you have to take a long gaze to the left. It's well back as the pit wall, and I mean, these two are catching him, you know.
They're catching, but I don't know if Farah's rolling off or if he just feels comfortable or if he's not got the grip. But after a stunning start from Charlie Farah, sector by sector, these boys are reeling him in. Here is the race leader.
It's also almost in the same frame there of the TV, so they aren't that far behind.
There goes Farah, and here come the boys in second and third.
4 seconds, is it? Something like that.
A bit less than that, but yeah, they're not going to catch him. You wouldn't think, unless there was a massive mistake coming from Charlie Farrer, and of course these two have dusted each other up a few times. Edgley at the moment it is now that's in second on his Yamaha. Neat looking bike that Yamaha, and it's been certainly proven to work quite well for Lawrence Edgley. It's more than competitive.
Yeah, pretty little thing. Yeah, he's got you well used to it.
Yeah, it's Liam Bassett, number 64. He's out on his KTM. Last lap flag is out, and that gap has definitely come down.
Yes.
Farrer across the line there. He's lapping in the 36s, and the others are lapping in the 34s and 35s. Edgley.
Yeah, look how much they've just made up on that straight there. I wonder if Farrer's got look. I wonder if Farrer's got a power problem at the top end, because it just seems unbelievable how much they're catching him up.
Well, yeah, on the last lap it was 3 or 4 seconds. It's certainly not that now, and you might be right, Sid. There's some sort of problem surely for Farrer, unless he's just really rolling off, but actually rolling off way too much. Both Edgley and Vervey here are closing in. Of course, Vervey at the moment has just got his sights set on trying to get past Lawrence Edgley for second place.
Oh, it sounds okay. Sounds okay.
So there's Matt Bauer and Jody Fieldhouse. They're further back in 4th and 5th. They're not going to be able to improve on that. But I think Farrer's just going to have enough in the tank, you know. They are closing, and that looked like Cade Vervey has just gone up the inside. And there's Farrer having a look over his shoulder.
He said, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
They're up here with me.
I think he might have just been rolling off a bit.
I think he was having a little sleep.
He must have been, because another few laps and this could be a real tasty affair. Luckily enough for him. Well, maybe he's had it all under control. We'll not know this.
Yeah, exactly.
But the checkered flag is out, and it doesn't really matter anymore because he's going to win the race. Farrer takes 3 out of 3 here, and on the final lap, Cade Vervey with the fastest lap of the race to beat Lawrence Edgley and claim 20 points. So it's Kawasaki that takes the win. Cade Vervey there on his Aprilia, although it states KTM there on the he has ridden KTM at some point this year, that's why there's a bit of confusion, and the Yamaha of Lawrence Edgley in 3rd. Top 3 there then: Charlie Farrer, Cade Vervey and Lawrence Edgley. And we'll be back with race 2 to see if Farrer can make it 4 out of 4 here at Rockingham in a few months. Race 2 now for the Thundersport Superteens. Charlie Farrer in control of the championship and in control here at Rockingham as well. It's been 3 out of 3 for the number 102 there, lining up on pole position on the Kawasaki. He rolled off a bit in race 1, but in the end it didn't really affect him. So what can the rest do? Here's Lawrence Edgley on his Yamaha, number 97. His dad, Nick, of course, races with Thundersport as well. And there is Cade Vervey, number 7. His brother, Luke Vervey, a bit further back on the grid. Jody Fieldhouse, number 18, and Matt Bauer, number 78, both race winners at Thundersport Superteen level. See how we get on as they shoot off from the line here then at Rockingham and up towards turn 1. Sort of an awkward chicane this, just from the lights out. Vervey immediately getting himself into the slipstream here of Farrer, keen to get busy with the dominant rider of the weekend so far. Immediately they chuck it into Dean Hairpin, this double apexed left-hander, and now down towards Yentwood, 90-degree right-hander, and Vervey it is that leads from Farrer. Farrer though got some decent drive, and immediately now coming into Chapman Curve, going to challenge back again. Not enough room at the inn. Edgley is in 3rd place on the Yamaha, and they're both side by side here, chopping and changing into Piff Paff. But it's Furvey that leads from Farah, Edgley, Bauer, number 78, then Fieldhouse, Luke Furvey. Number 88 is Harry Lee on his Aprilia. It's a much closer start here in race 2 than what we saw in race 1, where Farah just disappeared from the word go. Number 8 there, just behind Harry Lee, is Cameron Hall. Both of those guys on Aprilias, but of course Hall is out there on the 125. And then it's the number 64, Liam Bassett, on his KTM. But Furvey it is that leads through the chicane.
He's on fire, isn't he? Cade in this one.
Yeah, really good opening lap from Furvey. Got off the line really, really well. And immediately on terms with Farah, made his move over at the hairpin. We come across the line then to complete the first lap through the chicane. Oh dear, that didn't sound good! Oh, they've both gone down, first and second. What on earth's happened there? Cade Furvey has gone down first, then Charlie Farah. Did they clip the curb? Is it damp? Have we had a few spits of rain? Most unusual. And Furvey looks in a hell of a lot of pain here. He looks really, really hurt. That front, now that front end went just before he hit the curb. We didn't see Furvey's, but we heard it.
Do you think he hit the brakes because he saw Cade go down?
Maybe, that's possible. Well, unusual there, but first and second both down and out of this race. The race continues, and that leaves Lawrence Edgley here and Matt Bauer to scrap it out. Now, in terms of the championship, it doesn't make too much of a difference to Farah. He's got quite a comfortable buffer, but still, it is a DNF for him, and that's unusual. At the back there, Jeremy Knight on his Aprilia, number 35. But Edgley then and Matt Bauer have been gifted an opportunity here to scrap it out for first and second. They've got a handsome advantage over the battle for third further back. Luke Furvey, Jody Fieldhouse and Harry Lay. In fact, Fieldhouse has already peeled away from them. No, she hasn't actually. She's just still behind Luke Furvey, so she's got a bit of work to do. But on the start-finish straight we go, and these boys then, well, having seen what they've seen, Sid, they need to be a bit careful by the looks of things, tipping into turn 1.
Yeah, it seems a bit odd. But I mean, obviously, we've seen that before with some of the other classes. You know, I mean, they do try and straighten this out, don't they, that chicane, and run across those curves, you know, the double thick curves there. And it can go wrong if you get on the power just wrong, but I've got a funny feeling that Farah saw Cade go down, and I think that he just hit the brake and that took him down.
Maybe so.
Particularly if his front brake was still on the curb at that time.
Well, either way, what we're left with is a battle between these boys then. Has Lawrence Edgley won a Super Team race on a Yamaha as yet?
I think he has, and I think he's won one. I can't remember exactly.
We'll be here all day
yeah,
if we try and read the mind of Thundersport Syd here in the competition. We could be here for quite some time. Well, they're battling it out for one here. There is Luke Furvey. He's just up ahead of Jody Fieldhouse. This is Matt Bauer then, number 78. Not attended every round this year, but is second in the championship. Both he and Jody Fieldhouse scrapping it out for second in the championship now. Lawrence Edgley, who likewise hasn't attended every single round, is probably going to be fighting Bassett, Clark and Furvey for fourth or fifth in the championship at this rate. In terms of the lap times, we're nowhere near the pace that we were showing earlier on in race 1. But of course Charlie Farah and Cade Furvey, the men that were going to be the biggest threats for the lap record, are both out of the race at the start of lap 2. Edgley it is that has the advantage here at the Rockingham, number 97 on his Yamaha, tipping it right into Yentwood, now up to Chapman Curve. Matt Bauer at the moment, it looks like just doing enough to stay in his tow. Jody Fieldhouse still scrapping away with Luke Furvey for the remaining podium place. further back there, the rest of the battle's going on, and we see number 8 again, Cameron Hall, just outside the top 10 in terms of the overall picture, but the Thundersport 500s are out there as well. So technically speaking, he's inside the top 8. Here is Luke Vervey, the sort of blue, black and white trim, and the pink, white and black trim is Jody Fieldhouse. Lawrence Edgley here doing well. Good couple of laps from him. He's maybe just sneaked a couple of tenths on Matt Bauer.
It's worth just at this particular point to bring forth the reason why you're seeing 500s out there, CB 500s and the like, because these guys, pretty poor entry actually this weekend for Superteens. So they've got the Thundersport 500 freshmen, which are basically rookies, in with this race on the same grid, split grid, start at different times, but we'll bring you another race made up to feature them basically. So just in case anybody's wondering why there's these random CB500s lurking out there.
Funnily enough, their lap times, certainly the sharp end, they're not differing too much from the actual
Not that dissimilar, are they?
pace of these Superteens, but this is the Superteens we're focusing on for now. It's Yamaha versus Aprilia, Edgley versus Bauer. Now, Edgley tried to pull the pin earlier, it's not quite worked. This is the fight for third, number 6 Luke Vervey and number 18 Jody Fieldhouse. A few spots of rain on the camera lens there.
There are. I wonder if you had it right actually, Steve, and there were a few spots of rain earlier that we didn't actually see.
Yeah,
That has been a bit mixed today.
you could be right though in both, it could be a bit of both down at turn 1. It certainly looked to me from that camera angle like the front had already gone from Charlie Farrer tipping in, but of course had it gone because of the spots of rain or not, it's hard to say. Had he grabbed a handful of brake, as you rightly pointed out, purely because he saw Cade Vervey going down. It's a hard one to call without sort of dissecting it properly. But we send our best wishes to Cade in particular, because he looked hurt there on the circuit. Hopefully we'll have both riders back soon. Of course Charlie Farrer won't want to be injured, especially with the lead that he's got in the championship. We were talking it up earlier on in race 1 about how it looked like it was as good as his. Well, anything can happen. It's definitely started to rain here. A couple more spots of rain, the wind is picking up. Now then, this is one of those situations where when you're leading a race, it's an absolute nightmare. The last thing you want to see leading a race is spots of rain on your visor. Will it change the dynamics of this race? Will Lawrence Edgley want to be the guinea pig of the race? Because at the moment he is. This is the battle for third you're looking at. Luke Vervey and Jody Fieldhouse. Fieldhouse just not quite able to get her claws into Vervey at this moment.
Of course, the trouble is that spots of rain affect different circuits in different ways, and it's a matter of remembering which ones do and which ones don't. I, for one, can't remember whether this one is more likely or not. As I say, some people sort of say that this is a grippy circuit, others say it's not, so it's difficult to know without getting your own viewpoint on it.
Matt Bauer got some brilliant drive there. Out of turn 1, he's brilliantly done here. Matt Bauer's left it till the last lap, and it's a block pass up at Dean Hairpin. Lawrence Edgley's been caught napping a bit there. Edgley looked like he was in complete control for the last 4 or 5 laps, and on the final lap, Matt Bauer, whether he's had this up his sleeve, I don't know, but look at this. This is I don't think Edgley's going to have an answer here. Matt Bauer's just decided he's going to go all guns blazing on the final lap. Lawrence Edgley's not giving it up though. He gets into his sights. He's in range. Rain spots or not, they're both gunning for a victory here in the Thundersport Superteens, and this one's going all the way to Tarzan. Here we go then, Tarzan corner coming up. Matt Bauer, is he going to defend? Lawrence Edgley's not close enough at this point to land one up the inside. Here we go then, on the exit. Edgley's got to get his drive absolutely perfect. It's not going to be enough. And so Matt Bauer only needs to get the chicane right. What a ruthless final lap this has been from Matt Bauer, when it was least expected as well. I didn't see this one coming, and Lawrence Edgley, I think it's even surprised him. Onto the start-finish straight we go. The checkered flag is waiting. It will be a close one, this, across the line, but I don't think he's got enough in the tank. He hasn't. Matt Bauer with a superbly executed win there. On the final lap, he pinches it from Lawrence Edgley. Unreal stuff, and I'm not so sure that Lawrence Edgley's all that happy about it.
Well, it was a proper block pass.
Bauer it is then that takes the win ahead of Lawrence Edgley. Jody Fieldhouse has taken third because Luc Furvet has been given a one-place penalty due to a yellow flag infringement. Harry Lee has taken fifth, and Adam Campion in sixth place, but of course he's a Thundersport 500 rider. And there you see, despite the fall, Charlie Farrer is almost 100 points up. It's 96 his advantage over Matt Bauer. Fieldhouse is in third, Ogden not here, was in fourth, and that's it from us here at Rockingham. Still 3 rounds to go. Next up for us, it's round 7 in Anglesey. We'll see you there.